All right. Hi, everybody. How are you
Hello.
this evening?
Hello.
We've got the cave dweller, Diana.
Welcome to the Moon Lodge.
Oh my
Welcome,
gosh.
everybody. Welcome to Kelly Healer, and to
Hello.
Carolyn and Peter Booker, and Terry holding your space, and my
Hi.
Diana, who I was with this morning at noontime, talking about
Bat
Elin.
girl.
Yeah, and you're in the Bat Cave. Yeah, yeah. I'm really glad to be back. I missed being with you, and I thank you so much for holding down the fort last week, everybody. Yeah.
Yes, no
Yeah.
problem. We're
That was
glad you're back too. I know.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Nice to see that smile.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I have a little of an announcement to make. The first part of it is that starting at the first of the year, not next week, but the first of the year, the 3rd, we will be that week. We'll be meeting on Tuesday nights instead of Wednesday nights because unfortunately I have to work on Wednesday night. So that's going to change. And we'll see how that goes. And then we also have a special that might be coming up once a month. And I'm not going to say too much more about it. It's kind of a surprise. So we'll let you know, but it will probably start in mid-January and it will be on a Sunday night. So looking forward to expanding our repertoire here. And many thanks to Carolyn and Peter for coming up with that idea, which we'll talk about closer to the time. So, and it looks like you're feeling better. So we got Santa Claus in the house. And we've got I won't call you the dragon lady, but you've got the dragons on your shirt.
Wow.
Look
Beautiful.
at that. I just love it. And I
Isn't
love
it
the
beautiful?
color.
Yeah.
And the dragon earrings.
Awesome.
Oh.
So the year of the dragon's coming up very, very
Yep.
soon.
That's why I'm
Very
wearing it.
soon.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. So I have a 4-tiered dream here from Mary Thornberry, and she sent it to me in an email, so I put it in the chat. We'll get to that. I want to say hi to Beck. It's nice to see you, Beck.
Oh,
And
hi,
Annie
Beck.
Bear. Yeah, Annie Bear's here. And who else is here? Seascape's here. And yeah, who else snuck in? Christine Fryer. It's nice to see you again, honey.
Got a whining dog down here.
Oh, you do? Well, that's all right. We all have animals we have to deal with.
Mhm.
Yeah. And we have Ness. All right. We've got let's see. Anybody else come in? I'm seeing people just having a good time talking. Barbara Nesper. Nice to see you, Barbara. And Ginny. Hi, Ginny. Good to see you. Laura Hammond Davis is here. Akila's here. And Charlie Sage of Fire. Lynn LeGlaire. Randy Gardner. Oh, thank you, Annie. Jess Ree is here. Hi, Book Bewitched. And Mary, I'm glad you're here. Randy, I did say. Okay, who else? Samantha. Wow, you guys. A lot of people here. It's wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Yes, Claudia. Foxy Roxy. Gina. Hi, Gina from the UK. Nice to see you. Water Lily. And Louise Fote. I am Steve. You're sneaking in, then sneaking out. I hope Mom's doing all right. Nice to see you. Gwen.
Steve, yeah.
Yeah, I'm Steve. Lori Hunsinger, just visiting. Please stay. Don't just visit. Yeah. A tree fell on your car. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope nobody was in it. Warrior Girl.
Lori, that happened to Lori?
It happened to just visiting.
Oh.
Is that? Yeah. Yeah. And
I'm sorry to hear that.
Donna O'Brien. Lucky it didn't hurt. Oh, that's good, honey. I'm glad.
Oh.
Yes. Well, welcome everybody. If I missed anybody, Laurie Hunsinger. I don't think, and Sonia. That's good to see you too.
Sonia.
Yeah. Sonia, you might be interested in the show I did this morning, or at 12 o'clock with Diana on Elin of the Trods. It was the deer goddess, and it has to do with some elementals as well. So I'm just passing that on. Yes, because she likes that. All right. Hi, Hilda. All right. We got lots of dreams coming in. Any ghost stories, any visions, whatever else you want to do, put it up and we'll get right on it for you. And I don't know about this reading you want, Ness. Let's see. You want a reading? A card read about a work situation. All right. I can have the readers, I guess we can do that. But this normally would be just dreams, visions, and appearances. So we'll just do this quickly for you. And then we'll move on. Do you have a specific question about a work situation? Or you're just wanting a general read on that? Just let me know. Annie Bear, I'm glad you had some time with your granddaughter today.
Oh,
Yeah,
So
that's
sweet.
wonderful. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh my God.
Hi, Mousy. A rapid card pull. All right. All right, Laura, I've got yours. I've got Seascape. All right. And I'm putting a marker on there. Happy holidays to you as well. What do we got? 4 days left? Because this day is almost over with, right?
Yeah. I have to start
Randy-
shopping.
You you have to start shopping.
Yeah, me
Ella.
too.
Oh, you guys, don't buy any
Oh.
electronics. You know what it is. It's a Mercury retrograde. Yep. All right. All right. So what do I get? I get you're dealing with a double-edged sword at work. It says you need to cut out the injustice, but a double-edged sword, of course, can mean good and bad that could be occurring. So the next one I get is a trident, but it's also ruled by Neptune, and it says here, control your emotions. Control your emotions. The last one I got is a transformation coming. Expect a transformation. Expect changes and new beginnings coming to you, because as you know, from a caterpillar to a butterfly is a huge transformation. So it looks like it's got a positive outcome here for you. All right. Terry?
Oh, Ness, I got a message that came in when you mentioned that it's everything is blessed. Ness blessed is what came in. You're going to be floating over, and it's an opportunity. I got the opportunity too. So, and then something about your purpose. So your soul source, you're a divine connection, and then I got a natural connection. And look at the duality there, because you've got the dandelions and you've also got the dandelion seeds that create seeds of opportunity. So I really feel like it's an opportunity for you, Ness,
Wow.
and you're blessed.
Yeah, she said she wrapped up a project, and I knew about this, and she delivered a report. They said the report was not incomplete, and she thought she had completed it. So if that makes sense. Diana? Anything
Well,
from you?
I got I got you need to throw some light on it.
Uh-huh.
They're missing something, or they didn't get all of the report.
Ah. Okay.
And so this card is the energy card. You see, we have this great big huge star up here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that is the energy. You did do your work.
Uh-huh.
You were, you starred at what you were doing. But what I find really interesting about this was I switched decks and I got the star
Oh.
out of the Seasons of the Witch.
All
And
right.
it is follow the stars, for they know the best. Not too light, not too dark, a shimmer of what is coming next. So stick to your guns.
Yeah. She said she's going to contest it. So sounds like she should. Yep. Kelly?
To center herself.
Center herself
Right.
is what you're getting? Okay.
Yeah. center herself. And do not let anyone cross a line anywhere. Stand firm
All right.
and know that you're right.
Yeah.
And explain to them why you're right.
Good. Yep.
Mhm.
Good advice. Kelly?
Yeah.
I get that there's been some chaos and there is going to be some clarity over this whole thing.
Mhm.
But I'm getting that there is also going to be an opportunity that comes out of this. And they said, dance to the beat of your own drum and to
Mhm.
remember to embrace your power and stay true to who you are. And I also get that you're going to get some recognition from this too.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Thank you, everybody. There you go. All right. So thank you all, the rest of you, for putting in some dreams and so on, of visions and experiences. And we're going to go head right into that. Good luck, Ness. I hope everything turns out A-okay for you, dear. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the star. Remember that.
Yeah. All right. So there's a long dream here from Mary Thornberry. She really doesn't know what was going on. It seemed like a lot of action. But what she does remember is looking out across the horizon and seeing huge trees. And she said, and I mean huge trees. Sunny, beautiful day, blue skies with just a few white puffy clouds, but gorgeous and warm, not hot, perfect weather. Now, we may have been working on these trees, such as cutting down and clearing. I really don't remember. What I do remember is that these trees were cut so that the top half of the tree was still standing, but the bottom half was gone. Wow. These trees were being held up by the weight of the other trees, and everyone was worried about them falling. Imagine these trees below with no bottom half and still standing. That is what I looked like anyway. And it was in my dream, and I just kept saying, it will be okay. They won't hit anything, but everyone said with the storms coming, these trees would be like flying projectiles and could cause a lot of damage. The trees in my dream were much bigger than in, oops, and I don't have the rest of it. Darn it. Oh, she had sent me a picture. So what she wanted me to realize was that you could look at a picture of trees that were in the forest, but these were even bigger, probably more like trees in the sequoias or something, the big trees is what she said. The redwoods, thank you. So that was it. And but that's, Mary, that's so detailed. It's amazing. You and Diana should get together.
That was like something.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Well,
So
I already got a hit. Is it okay if I go?
absolutely, yes. Yeah.
So everything is connected. And I
Mhm.
believe that this is about the ascension that you're going through, how you are developing your higher self. And tree roots hold each other up and branches hold each other up.
Mhm.
And if the tree isn't dead, and these are all live trees, that life where the branches are connected into the other branches of the trees that have their boles, their trunks and their roots,
Mhm.
even the strongest wind isn't going to blow them out. Because what I see is them just clinging together like interlocked pine needles and pine cones. Sometimes that entanglement just keeps them glued together.
Mhm.
And so I see this as, this is where you are headed, to a higher source, and you have support of life around you, the people that you know, the people that love you,
Wow.
this community.
Yep. Wow. All right. Who else has anything they want to add to this?
I'll go there.
All right, Terry. Yeah.
I think, Mary, I agree this has something to do with ascension. and you can take it a couple of different ways. So you place it where it works for you. I feel like cutting off at the root or the bottom could mean that you need to ground more, that you're getting too high, too fast,
Oh,
and to stay rooted, to ground a little more often. It could also mean I love what Diana said about that, because I feel like right now we're going to that place and it's the in between. It's not the top, it's not the bottom, it's the in between. And it's not divine feminine, it's not divine masculine, it's the space of neutrality.
Yeah.
And the fifth dimension. Yeah.
Mm.
And so you could take it that you're stepping into that fifth dimension there.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. Kelly, anything from you?
Yeah, I get that that maybe you've been carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, and they want you to know that it's not all yours to carry, and that that maybe putting some boundaries in place along with what Terry said, like getting grounded. I also do think exactly that you are going through an ascension process, and in that it could be moving really fast, because I get I heard them say elevating your knowledge. So, that could be moving really fast. And I also got that you're being inspired right now by new ideas and thinking, wanting you to think outside the box type of thing.
Mhm.
I got clarity, and that this the tree is being cut off, it's opening up your crown chakra, and the clarity is coming in, and that too part of the ascension. But
Mhm.
yeah, but I do get that you are carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, and with it being the holiday season, we tend to
Oh,
kind of
yeah,
anyway.
we do. That's true.
Mm.
And Hypnicity says it sounds like foundations might be lacking. And of course, if the trees are from this up and there's no roots or there's no bottom, that makes a lot of sense. Carolyn and Peter, anything from you?
Yeah, I get the feeling that in her circle, that's where she's learning,
Mm-hmm.
that at some point those branches are going to open just enough to grab hold of her,
Mm-hmm.
and she'll become a part of that circle.
Wow. That's
Wow.
beautiful.
Once she reaches the knowledge that she needs
That
to
she needs
attain.
to achieve it.
Yeah, but they're also like rays coming
Uh-huh.
towards her of
Mm.
knowledge, and the
Mhm.
different teachers. Each branch is a teacher, and
Mhm.
they're teaching you, but they will open, and you'll slip right in, and you'll mesh together.
Mhm. It could be how you travel. Yeah. Yep.
The other thing that brought me to that right off the bat was trees fall down anyway, even if you
Uh-huh.
have that part in the middle. And
Yeah.
other trees hold them up, and they don't really hit the ground if
Yeah.
it is a thick forest. So
I have one right now. It's dead. But it's hanging onto another tree. It's not
Yeah.
falling.
Mhm.
So I get it. I get it. So look, I got the ponder card, and I think, and Mary, I think, and she said she had to write that all down when she first woke up. So that's why she was so clear with it. But that was beautiful, Mary.
yeah.
And I hope you
Very
retain it
nice.
because I think you're going to get more dreams. But look at the tree here. The
Ah.
tree is there, but it's surrounded by air and water and all kinds of things. And so it's just part of the landscape. It's part of the landscape of your new ascension process, perhaps. So it was a great dream. A great
Yeah.
dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's had wonderful takes on this.
Absolutely.
Great
Yeah.
comments on this.
Yes, very much so.
Amazing.
Yep. So thank you everybody for adding in your comments. And Mary, I hope that helps you. I'm glad you had such a detailed dream. It's like
Yes.
you get an A plus
Amazing.
here from the old teacher, you know.
Amazing.
Teacher says, teacher says.
Teacher says, that's right. All right. So Samantha's had 2 dreams of snakes. Both dreams I thought they were going to attack me, so I went into defense mode, but they just wanted to go around me or hide. And I think she said something else here, so let me get back down here.
That's interesting because she just stirred up a dream that I had last night. Now that she said that, I dreamt of snakes last night that I
Oh.
totally forgot about. That's interesting.
She said the first dream she grabbed the snake to protect her family, then she realized it didn't want to hurt her. Would you say that's the uncoiling of the Kundalini? That's what I always think about when I think about snakes, the uncoiling of the Kundalini, the raising of the chakras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. I felt that. I saw this coming through and I was like, Samantha, that's Kundalini energy.
Right.
Yeah. And that's going to naturally happen. And it also, Kundalini brings in a lot of healing energy.
Yep. And you're shedding some skin because you're growing, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's coiling up. And as that 5D connection comes up, it coils up your spine.
Yeah.
So,
Right. Yeah.
just like the snake does in Kundalini.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Wow. Yeah.
All right.
Buckle up.
So Kelly, it's so interesting that you said that because there were when we were doing the deer show today about Elin, people were in the chat saying they dreamt of deer last night. And so now we have a person that's dreamed of a snake, and you had a snake dream last night,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. That is
So these
really
dreams
interesting.
Collective. There's a collective dreaming going on here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I had totally forgot about that dream until Samantha.
Until just now.
Yeah.
Yep. Carolyn and Peter, anything to add?
Well, I think our first reaction is we're always afraid of snakes because
Oh, yeah.
we're taught to be afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they're not always a bad sign.
Correct.
They're also, like you said, a shedding of things,
Mm-hmm.
a growth, a change in you.
Right.
Yeah, and that to me, that's a great thing. Yeah, that change,
Mm-hmm.
shedding that.
Yeah. Which we all really need to be doing. We need to be sort of,
Healing as well.
yeah. And coming up on the end of the year, we're kind of reflecting back on the past, and so we can move ahead.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. All right.
So, it's transmutation and transfiguration. In that first dream, you swallowed your fear and you grabbed it to protect your family.
That's true.
So you overcame fright,
Mm-hmm.
and that is transmutation.
Ah, right. Well, we're told of things that we have to be fearful of when we're children, because we want to, as parents, we want to be protect our kids protected, but sometimes those things stay with us much longer than they need to. So, wow, that's really wonderful.
Right. Snake bites hurt even if they're not poison.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And, we have Mishogi here, and they're rattlesnakes,
Uh-huh.
but they're pretty elusive.
Uh-huh.
So I've seen them, but never in the wild. Just resting on a rock by the water.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
Peter and I went for a walk in the forest that he used to play in as a kid, and there was this sign about vipers in there. He says, "I played in here all my life. I've never seen one." And we're walking down the path, and he stopped to kiss me, and our dog just ran on, and I turned around and looked, and there was a viper sitting up like that.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
And
have
the
to say it.
stupid city girl turns her back on a snake and said, "Get rid of it. I don't care how you do it. Just get rid of it."
Adam and Eve in the
Wow.
forest. Oh boy.
Yeah, he's going, "Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it?" No.
It reminds me of there was a water moccasin hanging off a tree in South Carolina, and my mother was deathly afraid of snakes, and so my brother said, "Mom, I need you to go walk over here." And she said, "Why?" He said, "Just don't ask. Just go walk over there and be near the car." And because it was hanging, it was just going to drop down right on her head. Oh my goodness! Yeah, it was awful. Yeah. All right,
I bite back though.
you bite back.
Yeah.
Oh, death, where is thy sting? Right.
Right.
All right. So Laura said she had visions when she was 19 and she hasn't been the same since. I don't really want to talk about it, but I'd like a reading if you could pick up anything. Okay. I don't know if you want to give us even an area of, is it? Apparently it's fearful. Is that why we're speaking about fear? It brings up some fear for you, Laura. I'll see what we can come up with.
I can go.
Okay.
Laura, when you said you don't really want to talk about it, a steel door came down around the issue. So I pulled a divine feminine card for you, and I got Kali.
Oh,
So
okay.
many people are very afraid of Kali, but she's also the mother of the universe. So, but she slays demons, and she slayed the biggest demon for Shiva. And so you need to, I mean, this woman has a heart of gold, but she has blue skin, right? So she looks pretty scary.
Yeah.
But she is divine. And just know that you're divine also. And that part of you that felt that is also divine. You're a beautiful vision of angelic light.
Wow. But that does shut things down. If somebody says they don't want to really talk about it, boom, I can see that being a
Steel door.
Steel trap. Anybody else get anything?
I got be the leader that you wish you had, and I got the teacher awakens. So I think it's gonna slowly it's slowly gonna be awakening again in you. And I'm just speaking for myself because I was able to shut it off at a young age, and then when we're willing to and willing and ready for it to come back in, it opens up those doors, those channels in us, and I get that it's going to be opening up, and I get that fears are being healed and wounds are being healed, and be the leader you wish you had.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay, so she says she is giving this up. She says she saw Jesus and he stayed with her.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, having seen the man myself, he's peaceful. He's beautiful. Although I can't tell you what he looked like. I saw his face, but wasn't allowed to after the vision. I wasn't allowed to see it again.
Right. Wow.
I got a picture.
He was on an island. I was on an island. And he reached out and said, "You'll be all right, my daughter." And he took my hands and led me over the dark water.
Oh.
And just brought me over there with him, put his arm around me, and that was it.
Okay.
The vision was over. So I can tell you, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a wonderful thing.
Right. So I think it's interesting.
Release.
Yeah, because look at this. I get revisit. So it's almost as though even though you don't want to talk about it, you do want to talk about it. And so revisiting it may also open you up to your gifts again, because if we're afraid of something or if we're not understanding it, I'm just reading a book about that right now. Things that we see that we can't really comprehend. Some of us kind of tune out. We think, there's something about it that's very, very difficult for us. But if you're ready to do it, I think the universe is saying, you can be open to it, and it can take you where you need to go if that's what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I got candle magic.
Uh-huh.
And we often refer to Yeshua as the light of the world.
True.
And he was making you an offering. He was offering you a gift.
Mhm.
And the last card that came up was cardinal medicine. And that is about
Oh,
you.
yes. Yep.
You deserve this. You
Mhm.
are open to the. Oh, I have to read it again because I tried to memorize it, but you are worth all of the skies and all of the seas and all of the desires your heart holds. So,
That would sound like something that Jesus might say. Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yeah.
If you have the chance, read the poem, The Footprints. And it's very inspiring about how you think you're walking alone. He always walked with you, and you saw two pair of
Yes.
feet in the sand.
Yeah.
And during his roughest time, there's only one set of footprints. He
Right.
says, "Why did you leave me?" He says, "No, son, that's when I carried
That's when I
you."
carried you. Yeah,
Right.
I know. Gives you the chills.
Yeah,
I
it does.
just got them too.
Yeah. So read that and
Mhm.
concentrate on that
Concentrate on that.
and
And
know
Mary-
that he's
yeah.
carrying you.
Definitely. Mary said that's why it changed your life. When you see Jesus, it does change you. Yeah, I
Mhm.
believe that. Kelly, you had something you wanted to say, dear. Didn't you?
Oh, at some point I took a picture one time when I was grieving outside, and my angels told me to go outside and take a picture of the clouds, because I was kind of angry. My cousin was going to be passing, like soon,
Uh-huh.
within a week. And anyway, my angel said go outside and take a picture of the clouds, and I was just kind of, I was feeling defiant, and I'm just like, why do I have to do this? And I went and I couldn't find my phone, and then I found my phone, and I went outside, and I was just like, snap, 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 and I'm like, kind of like, okay, there, I did it. And the next night I spent at the hospital with my other cousin, the sister of the cousin that was passing away, and we were sitting out in the hall, and I said, my angels told me to take some pictures last night of the clouds. I'm like, we can look at them if you want. I said, I don't know what they wanted of me. Well, I looked in the picture, and there was a picture of Jesus.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Mhm.
A lot of people here. Charlie says, when I saw Jesus, I had cancer. It showed me that I'm loved and worthy. Calmness and tears came, cancer free, 35 years. So I think that many of us have had that experience, and I think it's to remind us that they're there, or he's there, the angels are there, all these other divine masters are there to get us through our earthly experience. So that's wonderful. Wowee. You guys, oh, and Jess, you saw the Blessed Mother float into your room in a white ball of light? Wow, you guys are awesome.
I always see Jesus in a scarlet and golden orb too.
Okay.
Oh,
You
you
can-
guys are giving me chills. This is awesome. Keep them
I
coming.
know. I know it. It's
Wow.
wonderful. She
Birthday's
said she
coming up.
searched for comprehension for over 45 years. So good, honey. Good, honey.
Beautiful. Laura.
Here see now you've opened yourself up. He has said that he'd given me a gift, of course, and I had no idea what the hell it was. Okay. I get it.
Guys,
Aren't you guys kind of getting that this is a revisit, that this has happened in past lives for Laura?
Yes, definitely.
Oh.
Revisit.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yes.
right. That's the card you pulled.
yes.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
has happened before,
It
Laura.
has happened to you before. Yes.
I just
You
heard
were
you
around.
at the birth.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. She was around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We probably got the hit at the same time then, because
Yeah.
you were saying it and it was there. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you were
Wow.
present at the birth, not that you were married or
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh, you would have been one of the wise men, maybe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys. You guys are awesome. Yeah, a lot of people saw Mother Mary. Laurie Hunsinger says she's seen Archangel Michael. Oh, this. Thank you for sharing, everybody. I love this.
That's
This is
This is an
wonderful.
incredible group
You
tonight.
see how one person can bring up so much of what other people have seen,
And she just gave up a gift.
See,
did.
and Laura, do you
Right.
see? You are a catalyst, Laura.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Thank you. That is a gift.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Look at what it opened up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Everybody's like, oh, maybe I can say what I saw, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's all right. Yeah.
We need to all go to coffee together. Or
Oh, there you go. There you go. All right. Thank you, Laura. All right. So, Seascape, my dog and I walking down the hall and heard animal footsteps. We both looked at each other. Who was it? Your dog and you looked at each other. I can see that. That's so cute. Who was it? All right.
Look at this dog. Such a doll.
Uh-huh.
So cute.
Oh.
Oh,
Any
yeah.
thoughts?
Cute.
Had she a dog that had passed before?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very possible. Or that had lived in that house before, right?
Or had lived in, yeah, that was
Yeah.
my next question. Was there a dog that lived there before?
But Carolyn, isn't it true that that the dogs definitely can see the ghosts?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And cats. And
And cats.
They can all see them. Yeah.
That's why both of you. So you have a higher vibration. So you hear the dog steps, and your dog. I think it's a riot. I could just see you going, "Oh, what was that?" Looking at each other. That's so cute.
Was it you? Was it me?
Wow. Yeah, that is something else. So yeah.
Seascape, was there has there been a dog there before, or have you had a dog that was like a little piggy? Because they
Oh.
were you had a dog past 7 years ago and a cat at 20 years. Yeah, because I started journaling him down, and it looked like a cat, then it looked like a dog, and then it kind of morphed into a pig.
Oh.
So I don't know if that makes any sense, or you can take that in any way, but a little piggy, and it's a cute little piggy.
It's the
Did you go
best.
to market
cat.
and stay home?
Was it a nickname? Oh,
Wow.
Maybe it ate too much and she called it a pig. You pig.
Maybe.
Yeah. I like pigs.
I think they're cute.
Oh, it was a
Yeah.
Maltese that was
Pigs.
very chunky. So,
Yeah, that's it.
we had a very stout Jack Russell Terrier, her name was Peggy, but I used to call her Peglet.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Was it your dog then? Visiting Seascape?
But you better come here and visit.
Mhm.
Yes. Well, you love animals so much. I wouldn't. I know it. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. So just a little feedback here from Laura said that he's been coming back a lot to her lately, Jesus. And so, yes, Jesus is saying it's time for you to, you've got whatever Jesus has. Because
He'll
he said-
get your attention one way or the other. First, he'll
That's true.
tap you on the shoulder. If
There
that
you
doesn't,
go. Watch out! Here comes a brick. No,
here comes the board he's going to hit you
Yeah.
upside the head with.
because he was the greatest ascender of all.
and he
Yeah.
also said these things, and I'm not biblical, but he said these things I do, you can do, or something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 Wow.
Yeah.
At first I sent someone to take you out. Then I sent you a boat. Then I sent you a helicopter.
Right.
And you're still praying, where am I?
Yeah.
What more can I do?
What more can I do for you? I know it. Isn't that something? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just
Um,
waiting for Jesus.
Any comments for Seascape? I don't want to jump over anybody.
I think it's her dog. Her
Okay.
I do
Your little
too.
dog.
And I pulled a validation card, so it was that
Okay.
it was validation that it was her one of her
One of her
Mhm.
animals.
and it could have been both of them coming in just to be around for the holidays and bring her
Yeah.
comfort.
Well, they usually do hang around. That's what I
Oh,
hear. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. And he wants to know where the turkey's at.
Oh, that's cute.
Mm.
All right. Ginny had a weird dream. I was in a room. I noticed President Biden was there and he was in red pajamas. I was naked. Yikes. I realized it and tried to get to the bathroom, but the president was in there. Okay, Ginny. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jenny, were you in the same hotel?
She says, I
In
couldn't get into the
Washington?
bathroom to get my clothes. Oh, I've had that, Ginny. My problem is that I'm always on the toilet all the time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, always.
And naked. Yeah.
Yes, and naked on the toilet. Yep.
Yeah.
Biden being in red pajamas is very interesting considering he's
Powerful.
well, they call him Sleepy Joe. But
But he's a
I would-
Scorpio.
yes. Okay. But he wasn't in blue pajamas, he was in red pajamas.
Well, he was in the
Well,
bathroom
Rick is
getting rid of
passionate.
all the Republicans.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Getting rid of the stink. Yeah.
Yeah.
But red is passion, so maybe this has not got anything to do with politics. But
It might
rather, were you in the
Right.
same hotel that you were in when somebody touched you on the leg?
Wow.
No, she
Jenny,
wasn't
you're the
in
one
there.
who had that.
She
with
was in the
coat.
White House. If he was in his pajamas, I would hope. Because, he's wearing his pajamas. So something about exposure, because if you're naked, then you're worried about being exposed. The president, it depends on how you feel about him. But the other thing I was thinking about was that he is he's the big enchilada at this point. But yes, red would be passion. It's also Christmas.
Power.
It's a power
Mhm.
color, yeah.
Yeah, it is. Santa Joe, I don't know.
Well, in
Not
some ways,
yet.
Not yet.
that is what he is. Plus his
Well,
thoughts.
he's done an awful lot of things, honestly.
All the
that
presents he's given us.
he has.
Right.
Yes, he has. And he's still giving to student loan borrowers. He's just eradicating everybody's debt and everything is going well. Terry, what do you want to say, honey?
Amazing. He's amazing. I love
is.
that he's doing all that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was just kind of writing some stuff down. I see Biden power red. You can take it a few ways, Jenny. You can take it as Biden being part of your higher self, your super conscious, because he is in charge of the world, basically, the most powerful person on the planet.
Yep.
And as the planet ascends, and you being naked, I think, can also be something about surrendering or letting
Or
go.
vulnerability.
Yeah,
Yeah.
vulnerability and being vulnerable to your power, being vulnerable, and
Mhm.
and when we release or surrender, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Then that's when we really do find our power.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm. Mhm.
and the bathroom could be releasing.
It definitely is a release place.
Yeah. And I also get that being vulnerable, it's we look at it sometimes as being maybe like a weakness, but it actually is a strength. And
Yeah.
it could be, being
Mhm.
This
What do
just
you-
confirms what you were saying because that's what I was thinking. And the card is confidence.
And
And,
it's
look,
in a red cape.
and she's in a red cape. So you weren't being
Mhm.
naked really wasn't leaving you wide open.
Uh-huh. Even though she couldn't get in there to get a change
Yeah.
of clothes. Yeah. But, she had to let him, he was in there and, she's not going to knock on the
Yeah.
door, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but she was confident enough in herself to
Right.
be completely naked
Yep.
in front of the most powerful man.
In front of the most powerful man. That's right. Wow. You guys are awesome. All right. I hope that helps, Jenny. Yeah,
Yeah. Amazing dream.
I know it.
Yeah.
So we've got Louise Fote. My granddaughter says there's a spirit in our basement. Can you tell me anything about him? She has named him Bob.
What about Bob?
One basement. His name is Bob.
Oh my Lord.
They either like to hide in the basement or an attic because nobody hardly ever goes there.
Mm-hmm.
He was an owner. That was his workshop.
Oh, okay.
So that was his domain.
Uh-huh. I'm guessing that your granddaughter's not afraid of Bob. I mean, if she knows him by a first name basis, I would say that, she feels comfortable with him. I'm just making an assumption here, but
Does he communicate with her?
yeah.
I kind of felt the same thing. As far as Carolyn, I could hear and see tools, and so I think maybe he used to build or repair things or fix on things, and yeah, that was his space.
Right.
Yeah. I'm getting I'm hearing that song, Oh Barbara Ann, but it's Oh Barbara Ann. Oh Barbara
Take my
Ann.
hand.
Yeah.
Love it.
So-
Bomb Iran. Remember that when they
Johnny
changed it to
Robinson.
Bomb Iran? Yeah. Okay.
But I think that I think that was his space down there, and there was I'm seeing this old fashioned transistor radio, and that's the frequency that he's coming in on,
I love that.
which would be fun for a child, right?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Be exciting.
Oh, the minute you said transistor radio, I
Uh-huh.
saw that first one that came out in the late 50s.
Yes.
With
It
a
was
leather
green.
case.
Yes.
And it
Yeah.
was like this big, and it had a
Yeah.
leather case and an earphone. And I also keep seeing him. He's wearing a flannel shirt, but over it, he's got on a grandpa sweater. And he made toys.
Mm-hmm.
He did some woodwork toys down there.
Wow. Okay.
And the sweater is, green,
Yep.
like Mr. Rogers wore.
Yeah.
That kind of sweater. V-neck button down with pockets.
It sounds to me like he made gifts for his grandchildren for Christmas for around that time.
Oh.
So whether he made a little bassinet for a rock, a rocker for the baby,
Mhm.
for a little baby doll, or something for a doll house.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
he was making a doll house.
Yeah.
And making all the furniture.
Oh.
So I don't know if Louise is still here, but Louise, if you watch this later, ask your granddaughter to talk to him and find out if she can find anything else. Does he make toys? Does he, does he have a workshop down there? Because at that age, they're able to do that. The little kids are. You're right. I see everybody saying yes. And Annie said, yeah. We're focusing our intent in this timeline. It could have been another timeline. That's very true. Yep.
Yeah.
Very good.
Oh,
He loved children. Oh
Okay.
God.
Mhm.
He was a grandfather.
uh-huh.
He was a grandfather.
And once a grandfather, always a grandfather. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
Mhm.
Grandpa Peter?
Great grandpa.
Great Grandpa Peter. All right. All right. So let's see. Gosh, we've got a lot of people here tonight. I'm very happy about that. Thank you so much. My son and daughter-in-law live in a 100-year-old house, and things have happened in the house, and they believe it's a ghost. Is it a person who used to live there? How do you remove it? So, Patty, my question, and I'll let Carolyn look into this, but my question is it bothering them? Is it bothering your daughter-in-law and son? So that's just what I'm wondering.
A lot of times people automatically go to ghost. It could be a high level of energy
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm getting.
that they're producing.
Uh-huh. Wow.
That's
Okay.
what I'm getting. It's connected to the land.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And they're bringing bring it up into the house, and it's energizing. It's not a person. It's the land.
She says it does move things sometimes.
Energy will move things.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
And it will also take the energy out of things.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So if she wants to get rid of it, what should she do?
Well, I agree. I think it's because I have that here on my property, and it's a spirit of the land,
Uh-huh.
and Gaia's ancestors are awakening, and while we're going through all this process, and as they start coming around, we call them the ancient ones, or I call them the ancient ones. Anyway, there's a couple of things that you can do. You can accept them because you may not want them gone. They're great guardians, incredible guardians.
Uh-huh.
And but you can open up. You can leave, like in your basement or wherever you see them or whatever. You can leave a Bible or a Bhagavad Gita open, and a holy book, and just leave it open, and that brings them beautiful energy.
Right.
If they're natives, also tobacco. They like tobacco, and it feeds Mother Earth too.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Yeah. This is vortex material, ley line material. They're probably the house is probably on
On a ley line,
hallowed
hallowed ground.
ground, Native American ground.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah.
Kelly, anything from you? Don't want to miss you. if you
Yeah,
have-
no, I feel the same, and I like the idea of leaving the Bible and the tobacco because it would. I mean, with it being there, chances are, I mean, you can send it back into the earth, but I mean, if it's not hurting anything,
Yeah.
and it's probably there to protect you.
Yeah.
It's your guardian. It's the guardian.
It's the guardian of the land and what's on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Elemental.
if you do that, it's an elemental that's attached probably to the land. If you open up any kind of sacred text, as Terry said, or put out some tobacco as an offering to them, and I know it's your son and daughter-in-law's house, but if they're not unhappy with it, then that's
With the tobacco, you start north, south, east, and west.
okay.
Is how, and each time you say this is an offering
Mhm.
to the ancestors and to Mother Earth.
And may I add one more thing? A good thing for them to do would be to really research the history, not so much of the house, but of the property.
The land,
Mhm.
yep.
What was there before?
Right. In all the generations prior. Now this house is 100 years old, so you're going to go back to when it was a clear area.
Mhm.
I'm assuming they're not in the city, deep in the city.
Uh-huh.
And even if they were, that would make no difference to a Native American
Mhm.
property.
True. That's true. So there's just a few suggestions for you, Patty, and thank you for bringing your question in tonight.
She's in Chicago. Yeah,
she
I'm in
is?
the city too, Patty.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a lot of activity in Chicago.
yeah, there's
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
activity.
Mhm.
There is. Yeah. All right. Sonia wonders if we see the Council of Light or her angels, elementals, or guides ever showing themselves to her. Oh my goodness, we still have like 15 people that it's crazy. Yeah.
I feel like they have, Sonia. I feel like they have shown themselves to you, and that it's been it's been like in flight. So I'm getting like when you're astral traveling or out in the ethers, that they're meeting up with you and they're showing themselves to you.
Uh-huh.
It's just a matter of you remembering, and I get that, and don't beat yourself up if you're not remembering it, because you're going to remember. But I get that you already meeting up with them.
Yeah, I got the same thing, Callie. And so I pulled 3 cards. Beautiful was the first card that came out.
Uh-huh.
The next card was white light, and it came out just as you said that they were in flight, fleeting, the white light.
Mm-hmm.
And then the card from the bottom was fairy tale. So it's your elementals who have shown themselves.
Remember to look for the light on the landscape.
There you go. Beautiful.
Yeah. And Sonia, when you said that, the only thing I could see was that beautiful light that you're holding in your picture.
Mhm.
But they're telling me, don't forget about your other senses, because they are coming to you and you're feeling them. So
Mhm.
it's either knowing, feeling, smelling, using your senses, hearing them. And it might just be a frequency. It might not sound like the English language
Very true.
or a song.
And I would say that it's more like a mass, a blob. It's not necessarily, a shape.
Bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wispy.
Yep.
There's an old saying, angels unaware.
Uh-huh.
So maybe you've seen them, but you have not made your mind
Right.
go there.
Yep.
So, just be more aware of angels that may cross your path.
Absolutely. And that can be people as well, honestly.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you, Sonia. I hope that helps, honey. Gwen said her husband thought he saw a little boy in a blue hoodie in her bedroom one night. Was he imagining it?
No.
At least he was warm.
Little boy. Okay. He was passing through. That's what I got.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I got too.
You got that too?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's not really connected
To
to.
walk through.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a portal. He came through a portal or something, is what you're
He might even be alive in a body close by and just be in his dream and walking around.
Oh,
I don't know if you got that, Carol, but I kind of.
uh-huh.
Yeah, he hasn't passed.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
not
Okay.
the spirit of one that's passed.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what she thought.
Yeah. I get that it's in the shadows where you're gonna you could even yet you can catch glimpses of him, because I get that he does pass through quite a bit, and that it's in that shadow is where you're gonna catch him.
And you must have a loving home, otherwise he wouldn't be coming to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. They
Sweet.
are gravitate to where they feel most comfortable. Absolutely.
The
Mhm.
light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Froxy's got a kind of a long one here. My mother told us about her grandmother who had died, and in Mexico, as part of their wake, they all gathered in a circle, holding candles around the body. That sounds about right. During the wake, her grandmother sat up wide awake and said they wouldn't let her in until she finished her novena. She had 7 more days, and it was one for each of her son, for one of her sons who was a bad person. And then she had died and came back. Once she finished the novena, she died physically again. Is that possible?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Because a lot of cultures don't embalm.
Right. Right.
So they can be in that state of in between.
Yes.
Then they come back because there's something unfinished,
Mm-hmm.
and then they go again
Mhm.
after they accomplished what they
Okay.
were meant. So she she didn't feel ready to go until her novena was said.
It reminds me of why they built the bells
Bell.
in the caskets. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because they people were buried alive. Didn't that happen to Dolly Madison or something? And she had a bell in her casket and rang the bell, and they had to dig her back out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But they wouldn't have embalmed her at that time.
No,
So,
no.
boy, it makes you wonder if there were people that have been embalmed and they weren't dead. Wow.
And
I
I've
told Peter I'm to have a brainwave test.
Okay.
Anything. If this is still going, forget it.
Well, my brother, the one that's the tricky guy, he was buried alive once in a past life, and he lived. He went through a past life, and he remembered it, and he was terrified until they told him he was just viewing it, but he remembered that, and it was very horrible for him.
I would imagine.
Yeah,
Terrible claustrophobia.
absolutely.
And I love that this was because she hadn't finished her novena. So
I know.
She was already negotiating at the gate. No,
Absolutely. All right, we'll let you go back, and you can do it for 7 days, but you got to come back.
Yeah. No, we got to finish.
That's so
this
cool.
gig.
And the Day of the Dead in Mexico, they revere their dead and their ancestors so much. Yeah.
As long as you're right.
Beautiful.
Terry, anything? Callie, anything?
Yeah, I feel like she did. She had the NDE and then came back.
Yeah.
And then was gone. And talk about willpower, right? And the divine feminine, Roxy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
amazing
Said
power.
it was in about the 1800s. Yeah, that makes
Mhm.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is some creepy thing. Yeah. My goodness. So it was not an NDE, Froxy says. So I guess not. If she came back, she really wasn't dead. She maybe got a preview.
Well, you can go into an altered state where you appear to be dead.
True.
Yeah.
And there have been people that woke up on the autopsy table before,
Yes.
Yes. And that's why I'm having a brainwave test.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. And actually, I was talking to a friend of mine, and she said that her dog was underneath the table just the other day, and she called it to do something, and the dog wouldn't move, and she thought it was dead, and it was so deeply sleeping,
Mm-hmm.
and finally came, awake, but it she couldn't even see the breath of the dog. So yeah, kind of scary.
Yeah.
So they have the same problem that humans do. Can you put a CPAC on my dog, please?
Really. All right, so we have Annie Bear. I feel spirit in my house. Outside, sweet friends, guides, a few animals. I'm loving it. Any message? So spirit is trying desperately to tell you. Annie, you are on the right path, girlfriend.
You are on the right path.
Yeah. You are loved and cherished, Annie Bear.
Very much so.
Yeah.
You're so connected to the earth. It's amazing, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. Anybody else?
Is thanking you.
Thanking you.
Thanking
That's right.
Thanking you for listening, for being, for sharing your knowledge with us.
Right. Absolutely. Oh, yes. And you do, Annie. And we love you for it.
Yeah. And I get this is just, this, you are on the right path, and this transformation that you're going through, this whole ascension, they just want to confirm that, that it is the right path. I got that your debts have been paid, and that you can choose your destiny.
Wow.
Yeah. They're just flying with you everywhere you go.
Awesome. All right. So I'm sorry, I'm just moving on here, but just see if we can get most of these people taken care of. This is Sylvia, Colorful Foresight. She had to meet her cousin in the city, yet no matter what, I could not get my GPS to work on my phone. I would go to other people, and I just couldn't get the directions to your cousin. what did we do before GPS? Honestly, I was a geography minor, and I absolutely loved reading maps. But I know a lot of people couldn't read them for.
Oh, I love
any-
maps too. I get it.
Yeah. But it has to do with is it the direction? I get it. It has to do with direction. I don't know if it's your direction or your cousin's direction. I don't know. Anybody else?
Well, I was getting that your cousin is in the wrong direction. You don't
Oh.
want to go there.
Okay. Okay. Or maybe you can't reach her. You can't reach her in order to help her out. I don't know.
Timing.
Timing.
Mhm.
Of course, we can only help those who help themselves as well. And if you're the one having the trouble with the GPS, you could pick up the phone. You have the phone in your hand. The GPS won't work, but you could call her. But apparently, you wanted to be there in person, and it wasn't letting you. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got things are like all tied up.
Okay.
I'm getting with the phone and the GPS that you're both on a different frequency.
Ooh.
Now you could be you could also look at it as your cousin being a different part of you.
Mm-hmm.
In some dream interpretations, they'll always say that everybody in the dream is you. So that this could be a part of yourself that hasn't gotten to that frequency yet, or this could be your cousin, and you're the one that knows that.
Right.
So
Okay. Some of you, I know, when I went down to Sedona, I said to Keith, I need to have maps. So I went to the half price books and went through their map collection and got old maps. So, because I wanted to see you're doing your GPS, you can't even see where you are in the state if
Yeah.
you don't have a map to look at. So I get it. Yeah. Wow.
You just
All right.
take green and you widen it so you can see what's
Yeah.
MapQuest.
Peter won't let me have a map.
No?
No,
No.
because every time I get one, I read it wrong.
Same.
Yeah.
I twist and turn.
Uh,
That's how I can't read a map to save my soul.
uh-huh.
I like getting lost and
Do
trying
you?
to find my way. Yeah.
And
without
you're
a
never
map.
really lost because you're not
Oh.
falling off the earth somewhere. You're you're on the planet. So
Yeah. I love it.
It's an adventure.
Yeah.
It is. So Akila says there was a fawn and a big cat in her dream. She chased the cat off, and then the mother comes out charging at the cat. It must be the mother deer. I felt she got the courage to save her baby. I only could see the cat's back. Okay.
Mm.
Mother love?
Do you have a young child
Akila, do you?
that you're protective of?
Uh-huh.
Whether it be your child or grandchild, a small child.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Akila, this
Yes,
goes,
she says she does. Uh-huh.
but I think this is about your nephews.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay. Okay. She has 2 girls, she says. Mm-hmm. Okay.
It could also be about your inner child, Akila. If you wanted to go back to that, and I pulled surrender and release on that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if there's something that you're still hanging on to, and we think we've done all this work. We've been to intuitives, we've been to therapists, and we've gotten rid of so much stuff. And then you go through more ascension and learn more, and then you find out there's one more thing that I have to get rid of, and protect that baby,
Sure.
that child inside you.
I kind of got the same thing. I got that maybe emotions are running higher, in that and to remember to let them flow, and to stay grounded, make sure that you're getting your rest, and to get sun too is what I'm getting. But I'm getting high emotions, which this time of year again, it's a lot of responsibilities and just a lot of extras that are put on us. And so just a reminder to take care of yourself and rest and ground.
Anybody else?
Akila, I don't want to say too much because I don't know. I don't want to jinx anything, but I think this is about your mother and the children, the boys.
Okay. Maybe you can catch up with her.
Yeah, I'll text
Yeah,
her
yeah.
separately from this.
Okay. So
No
Hilda's got,
offense. But
Hilda-
everybody, what everybody said does
Yeah.
fit right in with that as
with
well.
it. Okay. So Hilda, when Granny was alive, she dreamed her son, my uncle, had died. She said she woke up and knew 2 men would come knocking to tell her my uncle had been accidentally killed. When she woke, 2 men did knock and told her, yes, my uncle had been in a bad accident and had died. My spouse's ankle was broken and his dad hurt his back. Oh, this must be something else, Hilda. So your mother or was it your grandmother? What, Granny? Your grandmother was just like my mother. 2 times my mother sat up bolt in bed. The first time was when my brother was in Vietnam and he went through the window of his truck hit a bomb, and he went through the window and he ended up with ground glass. And my mother sat up and screamed, Doug, she knew right at that moment. And there was another situation where he was hurt another time. So it seems to me that Granny, even she dreamed it, but it wasn't a dream. It was a vision that she was experiencing. And I don't, ladies, gentlemen,
Like a premonition type
a
thing.
premonition. Yeah, a premonition.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And nothing ties you more than having your own biological child
Mhm.
in harm's way, and you can feel, if there's that closeness. And so.
And I believe that, at those moments, we are also witnessing the event because of this tie that we have to them. I've had those same similar experiences with dreams and then find out that's exactly what happened to my kid, And so what she was experiencing was his being in the hospital and being pronounced. And they were, of course, making the connections of how the news was going to be taken to her.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of times it's a cushion for the person to know it's coming.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. I that's the hardest thing I think about knowing things for psychic people, and because you're like a sonar, you just know this is going to happen, and you're not supposed to say anything unless people ask or something like that, but you could cushion it in some way, I suppose.
Yeah.
We're a channel.
I just think it's beautiful that the family card came out.
Oh, wow.
Lovely.
Yes, very much so. Okay, let me, we're getting there. Jess Ree has a dream, and then Beck had a question after it, which they've been doing a lot of chatting in the chat, and because everybody here has their own intuition, and I love it. It's wonderful. Yeah, thank you so much. So when Jess was in her 20s, she had a dream about the coming of the end. There were softball-sized balls of fire falling from the sky, and the town I live in was pretty much destroyed. So Beck says, what do you all think? Are we still on Jess Ree's 20s timeline, or did we shift it?
Authentic just jumped out of the deck while I was shuffling.
Hmm.
This is authentic information coming through that dream.
Yep. Okay.
And how many times have we heard
Yeah.
things of this from the Bible to
Yeah. Yep.
what's going on with the solar flares right now?
Mm.
The solar flares are crazy right now.
They are.
The plasma, the
And
whole.
we're seeing volcanic activity in Iceland, and we're seeing earthquakes, and so yeah.
Tornadoes. And
I remember Beck, when it was the 1990s, and I was heavy into reading about the Earth Changes reports, because they were predicting that the United States was going to have a totally different, it was like a new map, the new map of the United States. I
Yeah.
even bought it and I had it on the wall. And it was all these things that were going to happen before 2000. And I didn't want anybody to die. I didn't want to have any problems, but I was kind of excited about changes coming. It was like, I don't know, there was an anticipation feeling. And then all of a sudden, it all went away because the timeline shifted. And they said we had done something collectively to change the timeline. But it also eradicated a lot of people who believed in that stuff, to think,
Mhm.
well, this is a bunch of hokey stuff.
The Aztec clock, of course, it got round to the year 2000, and we were all just going to drop
Right.
off.
We were all going to fall into the ocean.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But
So
it's
But the day after tomorrow.
Right.
yeah.
Right. Yes. And actually, if you get a chance, I know you don't have Netflix anymore, but there's a movie out with Ethan Hawke and
yes,
yeah,
so good.
Julia Roberts. No, is it Julia?
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's actually produced by Barack and Michelle Obama.
Oh, it was?
Whoa.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's,
he
it's
was-
a good movie.
It's a very good movie. It talks about how ways that satellites can be, shut off, and all the planes crashing all over the place, and a ship, coming into shore. And it's fascinating. I believe he used a lot of stuff he knew about things that might happen. So if you get a chance to watch it, I can't think of the name of it, but it was
Don't
pretty
Look Up?
nice.
And
Is it
What's
Don't
that?
Look Up?
no,
No, it
it's,
isn't that one. No,
No.
no.
it's something about
Something about Before the World. Let me see.
Yeah, Ethan Hawke, Julia
Before
Roberts,
the
and
World.
Kevin Bacon just he's in it
Yeah.
at the end.
Yes.
before the end of the world.
Leave the World Behind.
Oh,
Mary just put it in too.
It's amazing.
the
It's
good
amazing. So,
Gets
I'm
you
just going to say, I'm just going to say that I think probably, Beck, you're right, but I'm thinking also that the timelines can shift. Was my point more than anything.
Yeah, we've
And the-
sped up our timeline.
Sure, and the collective energy of everyone, whether it's through fear or just us knowing that if we all concentrate together, we have a force that can't be dealt with,
Mhm.
that we help to shift this.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like and I pulled up the manifesting card. So we
Oh.
we have shifted it.
Yeah.
The light workers, all of you here, that's what we've been working on. But also, Jesri, I was seeing Pompeii when you were talking about that too. So I don't
Okay.
know if that's one of your past lives or one of mine.
Yeah. And there's actually a lot of activity
Yeah.
here in Mount Rainier. They're saying that there's a possibility that,
Yep.
Yeah.
and so,
There's gonna
and
be
also
stuff on the
tsunami activity. And, I don't want to live in fear, and I don't like spreading all that fear for
Mhm.
anybody, but we have to be realistic and know that we haven't taken care of Mother Earth. So, we have to.
How
Well,
much
they-
more cement can we pour on her?
Growing up in California, they used to always say, we're going to have a big one, and California is going to fall
Yes.
into the ocean. So buy property in Nevada, because you'll have beachfront property when it falls in. Thanks.
I
Yeah,
believe
really.
it.
Yeah. Wow, 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 wow. So
I
Jess
believe it.
says, very rarely do I dream, but when I do, they're always very vivid and I remember it. Well, that's why, Jess.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
That's an important
Beautiful.
dream if you're remembering it. And
Mhm.
yeah, that's right. That's right. All right, we got one more. We're already about 20 minutes over here, but this has been a
That's
really
okay.
interesting night. It's been
You're
a lot
good,
of fun,
Allie.
and yeah, it's
This is so
I
nice.
since we've opened this up to other things, this has become wonderfully exciting to me.
Yeah, it is.
Really has. So, yeah,
And most
Maybe
of it tonight has been about dreams. This is fantastic, though.
I know, I know, I know. It's wonderful. So she had a dream. I kept seeing an arm with muscles flexed like the I Can't Do It Arm and Hammer.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Might, will, I don't know.
Strength.
Strength.
The hammer of Thor, because that's what he's holding.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get to believe. I think to believe in yourself and to believe in your personal strength, Leah.
Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. Also, awareness of your pure willpower or higher consciousness is somehow connected to that. But it's just like your will is so great that you just manifest it. Leah.
Written determination.
Yeah.
Determination. Yeah.
Yeah. Determination.
You might have been going through a rough patch that you didn't realize
Uh-huh.
that there were decisions to be made. And that was your strength. That was your motivation to hold on and you'll take care of the situation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. Anybody else? This has been a very interesting day.
Chop the top off that mountain. You've got the hammer of Thor, girl.
Yeah, you got the power, girl. You got the strength.
Mm-hmm.
That's absolutely true.
Power
Mary says,
back
power
to the
back
people."
to the people. That's
Power
right.
to the people.
Power to
Yep.
the people.
The 60s chant.
That's right. That's right. Well, oh, you've had neck surgery, so your arms work now. Okay. So you got your strength
Yeah.
back, Leah. That's what that was. That's what that was. Oh my
There
goodness.
you
Wow.
It was a difficult situation and you
Yes. And
got
you
it
did
back.
it. Yes, 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 yes. Wow. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you, panel. Thank you, everybody that's been here. I hope I didn't intentionally miss anybody, but we did have quite a number of things to talk about tonight. We all want to wish you all happy holidays.
Yes.
And want to say that I hope you, whatever you do, Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, whatever it is that you do, or just being you, being home and relaxing and taking care. Happy holidays to every one of you.
Yes.
And we will be back next week on Wednesday. When we get into the new year, we're going to change to a Tuesday night, same time, because I have to teach a class Wednesday nights. So, but thank you. And wow, I got goosebumps. It's been
I
a
have
wonderful
goosebumps too.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm converting goosebumps.
Thank you, Kelly.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Carolyn
Thank
and Peter,
People-
Terry, Diana. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yep. Have a good one.
Yeah.